Here are 5 ways to unlock focus in Notion. These settings will help you to be distraction free. So I'll be using headquarters for this tutorial. It does not matter, use whatever you want. Okay. Now there's this secret little button that a lot of people haven't clicked for some reason, but it's called Open in Calendar. And it will open this up. Look at this. Wow, what is it? It's a calendar. And it actually connects with your workspace. So if I do this, record video, and I make sure it's in the right database, then look at that, it magically appears in here. Now you might be saying, I don't care. Well, first off, that's very rude. But second of all, look at that. It appears here under my day-to-day. Why does this matter? Well, what I can do is plan out my week, aka time blocking. So I could start drawing in blah, blah. And this is now me time blocking. So I can plan out my week, blah, blah, blah. This is really useful to do because I won't overplan because I know exactly how long everything takes. And again, automatically they appear here. Setting number 2 is to have these up here. These are what I call quick buttons. Basically, what you want to be able to do is quickly add tasks, but also notes and resources. Because what happens is, if you are going to take a note, for example, I like to take notes, that's a great note, and I want to add that to a project of this video, add a new project, add the life bucket of my business. Notes are really cool. Done. I've now taken a note. What you might be doing is opening up your notes app and then you're getting distracted by your notes. Or if I were to do this the old-fashioned way, aka not with this setting here of having quick buttons, what I would do is scroll down and I'd be like, oh yes, I want to take a note for this video. I would then click here and then look, oh, I'd have to scroll all the way down and then come here to notes and I should take a note. And then when I'm here, I'm like, oh, maybe I should start thinking about the tasks here. Task 1, task 2. And then when I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I do have some more bottlenecks I should add in here, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting distracted. What we want to do is remove that distraction. And by having these quick buttons, we remove this thing called context switching. In my Notion productivity course, I refer to context switching as driving from one house to another. And it takes 20 minutes to drive from house A to house B. Every time you get distracted, it costs you 20 minutes. So having quick buttons here at the top, like adding notes and resources and tasks, means that I don't have to get distracted by opening up another app or even opening up another folder in my Notion workspace. Tip number 3 is actually about these guys again. See, what I'm doing here is not only time blocking, but I'm also automatically time tracking. So what I'm going to do here is click on this or any of them, and I'm going to add a property. And what I'm going to do here is click on formula. And here I'm going to paste this formula here. You can find it in the description of this video. And then I'll click on save. And what it automatically does, as you can see, it says 150 here. It automatically takes this time to this time and converts it into minutes for me. So let's just have these 3 videos also showing up here under my day-to-day. Let's just have them all under the bucket of, let's just do career. And I'll make a new project here called new job. And because we'll be looking at the time tracking, that means it must be completed. So what I'll do is tick these in like that. And as you can see, it gets removed from here, but I can see it under all this week, but that doesn't matter for this. So I'll scroll down, open up time tracking and open this up. And here you can see under career, my time tracking. So by default, it shows me the manual minutes and hours. So what I'm going to do here is click on these 3 dots, click on properties, and here I'm just going to say show cal. And here I can see my time. So I'll drag this here to the side, do calculate, more options, and sum. And I can see here how much time I've spent under the career bucket. Because what time tracking allows me to do is when I see this data, so obviously I'll have more under the business and admin and blah, blah, blah. You might want to do it for a month or a week, but it will help me pick up on patterns. So every time I'm recording a video, for example, I know, hey, this takes me 150 minutes. That way, next time I have to record a video, I can plan accordingly. So we're using data for Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law is the idea that work expands to fill the time allocated for its completion. So if I give myself 150 minutes next time to record a video, it will take 150 minutes. But here what I can do with this data, let's say I had a bunch of record videos here, and I'll just enter this manually, 150, 150. If I know every time I record a video, it takes about 150 minutes, then I know how much time I should give myself when I'm time blocking. Setting number 4 is not having a separate habit tracker. They do not work because it requires you checking multiple lists. So what you're going to do is simply add habits here into your task list. And it works really well. So I'll just click plus here, click on habit 1, and there we go, I've added the habit in here. And what I can do in here is actually create settings for these habits. So if I change habit 1 here, and I'm going to say the urgency is habit, and let's just change this to running, and I'll make the project as marathon. And I could add importance and state of mind as well if I need to. So now I have my habit in my task database. So when I'm planning out tomorrow, for example, I'll just click on plus here and add running, and now it's sitting in here. And this is automatically connected to fitness and marathon. I'm only having to check the one database. This here is a must-have setting. And setting number 5 is kind of similar to have your journal built into your task database as well. So if I click on plus here and then do weekly journal, this weekly review journal pops up right in here. So it's sitting once again in my task database. We don't want to have all of these separate databases. It's killing your productivity and it's distracting you. And journaling has been one of the biggest unlocks for my productivity. If you want to see the full tour for this template, then click on this video here. Or if you want to see how to journal in Notion, then click on this video here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in one of these videos.